Hello, hello! Today's topic is the controversial one. Which ARPG is better suited for someone with only a few hours a week to play? Diablo 4 or Path of Exile 2? I decided to compare these two games because I am relatively new to the ARPG genre, and over the past month I've played roughly the first 15 hours of each game. I've been diving into Path of Exile 2's early access since its release and started Diablo 4 during its 7th season. As a casual player and newcomer, I feel I can offer a perspective that differs from seasoned opinions of experienced ARPG content creators. So I'm sharing my opinion on which game is currently more enjoyable for someone that wants to try a ARPG but has limited time to do so. I will also discuss which game offers the best overall experience, and to do this I've divided my review in the following three criteria. The first one, gameplay, the second, story and lore, and the third, enjoyability for a casual player. When it comes to gameplay, Path of Exile 2 stands out as the better game for me. It introduces a role mechanic that adds depth to the combat, the boss designs in PoE are far superior, they feature multiple phases, unique attack patterns, and charged abilities requiring players to focus and strategize even in the early stages of the game. In PoE, I've died multiple times in the beginning areas of Act 1. Every boss presented a real challenge, making victories even more satisfying. For example, the Act 1 final boss destroyed me repeatedly, forcing me to rethink my build over several hours before I could attempt it again. Currently, PoE 2 is in early access and offers 6 classes, with plans to double that number by the end of the early access. Each class feels distinct and rich in gameplay. I chose the Monk, specializing in ice attacks and stats, and the fast-paced, dynamic combat has been incredibly enjoyable. Another strong point of PoE 2 is the diversity of its maps. They feature unique themes, biomes, and enemies, keeping the experience fresh. And in contrast, Diablo 4 can feel repetitive because many areas look similar and the enemy variety is not as significant, at least in my opinion. Additionally, the first hours of Diablo 4's gameplay felt less engaging, at least to me. Playing as a necromancer, I found that even on hard difficulty, my minions could handle most challenges without much input from me. While the combat is slower and poorer compared to PoE 2, it is still enjoyable. Nonetheless, one major advantage of Diablo 4 currently is its optimization for the Steam Deck, where it runs seamlessly. This portability makes it perfect for gaming on the go. Unfortunately, Path of Exile 2 does not currently offer the same compatibility, and I've tried it, it just does not work. And given its complexity, it is unclear, at least for me, if the Steam Deck will ever provide a seamless experience while playing Path of Exile. Another area where Diablo 4 is better for a newcomer, in my view, it's the game's economy. Early on, grinding for gear and selling it felt rewarding to me. In PoE 2, gear drops are currently less frequent and merchants pay small amounts, which in my view does not incentivize grinding for gear, items and money. In conclusion, while Path of Exile 2 offers a deeper and more engaging gameplay, Diablo 4 has strengths in accessibility and portability that may appeal to casual and newcomers like me. In terms of story, Diablo 4 is the clear winner. Its cutscenes are cinematic masterpieces, with Lilith's arrival and Lord's narration standing out as highlights. The storytelling is compelling and immersive in a way that PoE 2 does not quite match. This distinction highlights the key differences between the two games. Diablo 4 focuses on providing a linear, story-driven experience with approachable gameplay, while Path of Exile 2 prioritizes depth, replayability, and complex mechanics. If you are looking for a game with a strong narrative and don't mind a less intricate combat system, Diablo 4 is the better choice. Conversely, if you are drawn to a highly customizable and mechanically rich ARPG, Path of Exile 2 might be your ideal game. To summarize, and now in what regards to enjoyability for a casual player, at this stage I do believe Diablo 4 is the more enjoyable option for a casual player. And that is because Diablo 4 is easier to play and offers multiple difficulty levels, allowing players to adjust the challenge to their mood, while Path of Exile 2 only has a standard difficulty, which is quite challenging from the start. On the other hand, respecting skills in Diablo 4 is cheaper and more accessible. The skill tree is simpler, and what I have understood is that you can complete the main story and engage in endgame activities without needing to following a specific build. This isn't the case in PoE 2, where the skill tree is vast and complex. On the other hand, Diablo 4's economy feels more rewarding. You can quickly accumulate gold and feel like your time grinding is well spent, which isn't true for PoE 2. Another advantage of Diablo 4 is that once you finish the main story for the first time, you don't need to repeat it. Actually, in my first playthrough now, the game right away gave me the option to not play the story, which it's a bit controversial for me, but it is a good option to have if you just want to kill some monsters. And in Path of Exile 2, currently you are obliged to do the story every single time you start a new character, which in my view does not respect your time very much. So Diablo 4, in my opinion, offers a more straightforward and beginner-friendly introduction to the ARPG genre. It is an excellent choice if you are exploring the genre for the first time. And finally, Diablo 4 runs beautifully on the Steam Deck, and I've been playing a lot on my Steam Deck, making it an excellent option for gaming on the go, while Path of Exile 2 is currently unplayable on the device. To conclude, as a casual player who has experienced both games for the first time over the last month, I've had more fun with Diablo 4. It is easier to pick up, more accessible and better optimized for my gaming habits. Because of this, I will likely reach the endgame in Diablo 4 before I do in PoE 2. That said, if you prioritize gameplay depth over story and are already familiar with ARPGs, PoE 2 might be the better choice for you. Even as a casual player, you can still enjoy either game by committing a few hours each week and being consistent. I recommend trying both to see which resonates with you more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!